It's Friday. We're here. We made it. We've gone every day this week talking about some of the cool stuff that we can do with Alexa. And today's no change. We're still going to do some cool things, but we're going to mix it up a little bit. The first 4 days, we've really focused on things that we can create, things that we can do. And I really was very tempted to try and head us down a path where we start building real skills and talking about coding and stuff like that. But I figured in a half an hour we probably weren't going to be able to get very much done, and I didn't want to lose anybody that may not be able to follow along, because you may not be prepared for that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about some of the cool things that are available today to play with on your Alexa. Again, as I've mentioned many times before, a lot of people have Alexa in their house, but when they use it, they think of it for asking for music or for checking the weather. But it does so much more. And so I thought today, it's an incredibly rainy day here where I am in Ohio, that maybe it would be fun to find some cool, fun games to play using Alexa instead. And so I have 3 different games that I want to try out, and we're going to kind of play them together, and you guys can hear how they work. And I have a camera that we're going to use to point at the screen of a device so I can actually show you what it looks like on the screen too. So the first thing that I want to do is I've been working on my office. You guys may have noticed I have a bunch of fun stuff behind me. I just put this sign up that says, "Let's build something amazing today." But I have different letters, so I'm going to constantly change that up. I've also got Mickey Mouse keeping our time. You can see that we've got about 30 minutes left in this session, and that little hand will continue to move around as we work here. But one of the other things I did was hook up another camera. And so check this out. I can do this. Boom. And there's the whole office. I can see you way over there. And as I move, you can see it's in both cameras. Kind of fun, right? So I just set all this up, but you can also see there's a lot more of these figures that are behind me all over this room. There's a whole bunch up in the very top left corner, and then along the whole ridge here above me, we've got a bunch more. The ones above me are all from movies. The ones behind me are generally kind of random, or they're from TV shows. And then the ones that are way up in that corner, which is way over there, those are all actually just from Marvel movies. There's probably 50 or so of them. But it was kind of cool to set up a new camera angle for my office, and I know it's a little messy. I'm still working on that. We'll get there eventually. But I thought it was kind of cool to share, like the room that I'm in every day, and how I have a cardboard box here blocking the windows, and I've pulled my curtain out of the way. There's all sorts of silly things you have to do to get a nice picture to look like this one, right? You wouldn't know that all that other stuff is there when you're just looking at this picture. So, okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to show you, and then I also have this angle. This changes it a little bit because it puts me down in the bottom right corner, and then we have an Alexa device on the screen, and you can see that I can actually put my hand here. It's right here in front of me, and I have that camera angle on Alexa, and I think this is the angle that we're going to use for the rest of our session today. So I lied to you. Let's back up a little bit. I'm going to jump back here, and I want to talk about how we find cool games to play with Alexa, because sometimes it's not always obvious. So if you go to amazon.com/skills, just like this, I'll type it here on the screen, amazon.com/skills, this will take you to a specific page on the Amazon website where you can find all sorts of cool things to do with Alexa. And this is for you and your friends and your family, anybody that is using Alexa. There's lots of cool things that they can do. And you can see they're all broken down into categories over here on the left-hand side. So if I blow this up a little bit, we can look at those categories. You can see that we have a bunch of boring stuff like communication and health and fitness, but there's this one here called Games and Trivia. And this is the place I love to spend a bunch of time. So in Games and Trivia, you can see that there's actually a whole bunch of things in here. We have the Twitch skill, we have stuff for Fortnite. Let me zoom this out a little bit. But there's all sorts of neat games in here. Another place to look is if you go back to the main Alexa skills page, is that there is also a category called Kids. And if you have kids or you are a kid, this is a great place to be able to find some cool things to play as well. These are all skills that have been specifically screened to be friendly for kids and families, and so I highly recommend checking some of these out. The 3 that I'm going to show you are all in that category. So let me go ahead and I'm going to show you the very first skill that we're going to look at, which is called Lemonade Stand. Now you can enable this right from your browser if you have this open, but you should also be able to do this stuff right with your voice. You should be able to say things like this statement right here, and it should be able to work on your device automatically. So you can try it either way, but I'm going to open it up and I'm going to give you a feel for what this is like. Now, I've played this once before, so it's going to say welcome back, but if you've ever played the lemonade stand game, it's generally where you have to think about how much you want to spend on cups and how much you want to spend on advertising and how much you want to spend on making your lemonade, and then how much do you want to charge for each cup of your lemonade, and based on the weather and the number of people that come by, you will earn an amount of money. And so we'll go through that process a couple times just to see how it works, because it's kind of a fun experiment. So Alexa, open Lemonade Stand.
Welcome back to Lemonade Stand. You're unranked. You need to sell 2,710 more cups to become a top 1,000 ranked player.
2,000? That's not good. It sounds windy.
It's your 5th day selling lemonade. The weather currently is cool and partly cloudy with cool winds. The weather is expected to be similar later today. I'm feeling cold. Can you put a blanket on me? Lemonade costs 15 cents a cup. You have $14.05. How many cups do you want to sell?
15 cups.
You have $11.80 left. A sign is 50 cents. How many do you want to buy?
10 signs.
You have $6.80 left. How much do you want to sell a cup of lemonade?
$1.50.
It's partly cloudy with cold wind like before. Your customers paid $1.50 for each cup of lemonade. You sold 2 cups.
Oh man,
Shucks.
only 2?
After paying for cups and signs, you had a loss of $4.25.
Oh man.
I sense your lemony greatness. Believe it. Achieve it. You have a total of $9.80.
Hopefully tomorrow's warmer.
Kaboom! You earned the Baby Grits badge for playing 5 days. In the Alexa app, to see all your badges, say, badges. Time for a new day and more moolah.
Nice music. I like it. Sounds better. That sounds like a warm night with the crickets and the kids running around.
You've been selling lemonade for 6 days. Right now it's hot and clear. There is a fair chance it will be windy and cool with some clouds later. Each cup of lemonade costs you 15 cents. You have $9.80. How many cups of lemonade do you want to sell?
What is the weather?
The weather currently is sunny and hot.
Oh, nice.
Later today, there is a fair chance it will be cold and windy with a few clouds. Each cup of lemonade costs you 15 cents. How many cups of lemonade do you want to sell?
20 cups.
You have $6.80 left. Each sign costs 50 cents. How many do you want to purchase?
12.
You have 80 cents left. What price do you want to sell a cup of lemonade?
$1. How do you think we did?
Oh snap!
Oh boy.
It's now somewhat cloudy and a cold wind outside. Customers bought 2 cups of lemonade at $1 per cup. Arg!
Oh
You
no.
had a loss of $7 after paying for cups and signs. You have a total of $2.80. Get ready for another day selling lemonade.
I didn't do very well at that at all. Now it's raining. Alexa, stop.
If you had fun, please give us 5 stars in the Alexa app so we can create more great features for you. See you soon in Arrivederci.
Alright, so I wasn't very good at selling lemonade. I think I was being too aggressive. I thought I would sell 10 or 15 or 20 cups of lemonade, and each time that I did it, it seems like I only sold maybe 3 or 4. That was kind of disappointing. I'm sure you guys will be better at it. I'd be curious to know if you've tried it. Yes, Tiny Fish, that is a great question. Do most games work on an Alexa without a screen too? What is cool about Alexa is that everything has to work on all the devices. So when you see stuff that has special things on a screen,
I don't know that one.
when you see a game or a skill that has things on the screen, it still has to work exactly the same way with or without a screen. The voice experience, and this is one of the important things that I talk about a lot, is that the voice experience has to be number one. So there always has to be a time when voice is the most important part, and then if you can do things with a screen, great. But you shouldn't have to. You should always be able to do everything with just your voice. And so the answer to your question specifically is all games will work on an Alexa without a screen. Sometimes it might be a little cooler or a little easier if you have a screen, but that doesn't mean that you have to have a screen in order for it to work. That's a really, really great question. Thank you, Tiny Fish. So let's move on to our next game. This is a fun one that's actually built by a friend of mine. She has a company she calls Pretzel Labs, and she has a bunch of cool skills that you might want to try out. But the one that I want to try today is Kids Court, and it has two modes to it, and you guys might enjoy this. So the first one is they present you with a case. It's like you're a judge in a courtroom, and it's all things that are specific. So I played it earlier today, and the case that I was given was that the why am I forgetting the word for this? The person that makes the food in the cafeteria at school was purposely making the food taste terrible, and the kids were accusing the chef, the cook, that the kids were accusing them of making it taste terrible. And so you get to be the judge. You get to listen to the witnesses. You get to hear them make their case about whether or not they are or aren't guilty, and then you get to make the decision about whether or not they are. So that's one half of it, and we'll do one of those in here in just a second. But then the other half of it is sometimes you need a judge in your house, right? Sometimes you have a disagreement with a sibling or your parent or maybe your kids, and it's nice to have someone that's impartial to make a decision. Well, they've built an engine for that too, and so you can tell it what your case is, and it will make a decision for you. And I'll make one of those up too. I'll have somebody steal my toys or something. We'll see how that goes. So let's start that up, and we'll try one of their cases first. Alexa, open Kids Court.
Welcome back to Kids Court. Come on in. All rise for the Honourable Judge Lexi.
You may be seated. Do you want me to settle your case, or play the trial of the day again?
Play the trial of the day.
Very well. There will be a new trial for you tomorrow, but let's do today's trial again. Case number 10. Aria prosecutes the cafeteria manager at a school. Prosecutor, what happened?
I'd like to prosecute the cafeteria manager at George Washington Middle School. The food is horrible.
Thank you. Defendant, the floor is yours.
It's not a five-star restaurant, you know. You get what you pay for.
Judge, do you want to know more about what happened?
Yes.
The prosecutor brought a dish of mac and cheese for me to try. The decision is up to you, Judge, but personally I think the prosecutor has a fair point.
Judge, is the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Oh dear. A conviction. If you ask me, I'd sentence the defendant to eat your own food for a month. What verdict do you think the defendant deserves?
The defendant has to make good food for the next 2 weeks and pay for it themselves.
Thank you. The court will take that into consideration.
Ooh, interesting. A majority of kids' court judges agree with you. The defendant is guilty.
Case dismissed.
Would you like me to settle your case?
Okay,
or
let's
play
do
the
our own
trial
case
of the
this
day
time.
again?
Settle a case.
Prosecutor, please tell the court what happened. Prosecutor? Are you there? Please speak up and tell the court what happened.
My brother stole all my donuts.
Oi. Is the defendant present or absent?
Absent.
Good grief. Sounds like you're going for trial in absentia. That's a trial against a person who is not present in court, and it's a violation of natural justice.
Oh, man.
You wouldn't want to get punished without having a chance to defend yourself, right? Get that defendant in the room and let's start over.
All right. We'll have to start over, and I'll pretend he's here this time.
Do you want me to settle your case, or play the trial of the day again?
Settle a case.
Prosecutor, please tell the court what happened.
My son ate all the donuts.
Oof. Is the defendant present or absent?
Present.
Defendant, you're in trouble. Defendant, what do you plead? You can say guilty if you did it, or not guilty if you didn't.
I didn't do it.
Cowabunga! This needs some further investigation. Prosecutor, it's up to you to prove this happened. A false accusation is a serious crime, so no lying, please. Prosecutor, did you actually see the defendant take part in this crime?
No.
Prosecutor, is there a witness you'd like to call?
No.
Prosecutor, do you have any forensic evidence to back your case? Those are things like DNA samples or objects that were found in the crime scene.
There were crumbs on the counter and powdered sugar on his face.
Prosecutor, is there any evidence you would like to let the court know about?
Yes.
Please tell the court about your evidence.
There were crumbs on the counter and powdered sugar on his face.
That will be all for the prosecution. Defendant, is there a witness you'd like to call?
No.
Very well. Defendant, let's hear your closing argument. That's your final chance to defend yourself, so pick your words carefully.
The dog ate the donuts. I just ate the powdered sugar.
Do you want to learn more about how to become a super judge yourself?
No.
Alrighty. If you change your mind,
Oh no, what
just
happened?
say, Alexa, become a super judge.
Would you like me to settle your case, or play the trial of the day again?
I don't know what happened, but they didn't make a decision. Alexa, quit.
Would you like Judge Lexi to settle your case? Or do you want to become a judge yourself?
Quit. Well, I don't know what happened there. That's disappointing. LJ, welcome. Today we are playing some of the cool games that are available on Alexa. And so far we've played Lemonade Stand, and now we just finished up Kids Court. Kids Court, if you haven't seen it, is something that you can play where you can have her try one of your cases, which was what I was trying to do. Somebody did actually eat my donuts this morning, and I'm not very happy about it. But then you can also try cases that they have. They have a new one every day, and today's was about the cafeteria food at George Washington Middle School. And so it's kind of a fun way to feel what a trial is like, right? You have to present evidence, and you have to talk to the judge, or sometimes you get to be the judge. But it's kind of a cool experience. So those are the two we've tried so far. The last one that I wanted to try is, I'll flip over to this view again, is one called No Way That's True, and it's actually made by Nickelodeon. I've used this a few times when I've had opportunities to speak to children about Alexa, and this is always a favorite in the room. And so normally you can play this with 1 to 4 people. I'm just going to play it as one person. You guys can listen along and you can make your guesses as we go, but I highly recommend playing this because there's lots and lots of questions, and there's lots of ways to be able to play this as a group or by yourself. So it's called No Way That's True, and I'm going to open that one now. Alexa, open No Way That's True.
It's Nickelodeon's No Way That's True. Though the thing I just said, that is true. We are truly glad you're back. That part is true. So tell me, how many players do we have? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
1.
Single player. Just me and you. Great. We could use a little us time. There are 3 rounds and 3 questions per round. Let's see if you've got what it takes to win. Okay, let's start the game. Now, to get our transporter computer thing to take us somewhere, I'll need your help. Say, get us out of here.
Get us out of here.
Sweet. Hold on to something, I guess. We're back in the jungle, and the mosquitoes are back in my everything. Alrighty, here's a question for you. Let's dial up the Loud House party line. I think Lisa has something to share with us.
You say tomato, I say solanum lycopersicum.
Solanum lycopersicum is another name for tomato. True or false?
True.
Yup, it's true. Every species of plant and animal has a crazy long scientific name. The tomato is known as Solanum lycopersicum. I know a lot about tomatoes, but I'm trying to put my stand-up comedy career behind me. Another question coming at ya. Let's dial up Squidward on the shell phone. I think he's got something he wants to say.
Germs can't hurt me. Nothing can hurt me.
Do you think Squidward is really germ-proof? True or false?
False.
Yup, no way that's true. Nobody is 100% germ-proof. And here in the jungle, I'd say I'm at about 0%. And getting worse all the time, apparently. Another question coming at ya. Butterflies taste flowers with their long tongues. True or false?
Repeat that?
Butterflies taste flowers with their long tongues. True or false?
False.
Yup, no way that's true. They actually use their feet,
Yeah, that's
which
what I
helps them
thought.
tell what kind of plant they've landed on. Ugh. Sorry, I just imagined tasting the floor of the locker room at my gym. You know what? I'm gonna start working out at home. You scored a perfect 3 this round. And
Awesome.
your prize for the round is a giant can of Bug Me No More bug spray. In fact, let's give this thing a whirl in here. Nope. Okay, it's just making them angry. Ow! Ooh, very, very angry. Oh, ow. So, feel like playing another round somewhere else? Anywhere else?
Yes.
Nice. 2 left. All right, time to get out of here. I survived. I'm the real king of the jungle. Get us out of here, mommy! Hey, it looks like my microwave burrito is ready. Without a microwave, so it must be the volcano round. Alrighty, here's a question for you. In Australia, there's a lake that is bright pink. True or false?
True.
Nice work! It's
I've
true!
seen
Lake
pictures of
Hillier
that.
is full of microorganisms that make it bright pink. Like my face is right now. Woo, man, it's hot. Next question. Antarctica is a desert. True or false?
True.
Yup, it's true. It doesn't have to be hot to be a desert. Antarctica gets less than 2 inches of precipitation a year. So, it's a desert. 2 inches? I've got more than that in upper lip sweat. Next question. All planets in the solar system rotate the same way. True or false?
False.
You got it! No way that's true. Venus, one planet over from our own, rotates the opposite direction from all the others. Turns out our whole planet has a weirdo neighbor. Wow-wee, a perfect 3! Good round!
Doing good so far.
Congratulations, you've won! An embarrassing confession from your host! Hey, I didn't agree to this! Fine, if it'll get me out of here. I'm afraid of bobblehead dolls.
Oh.
When they jiggle, it looks like they're laughing at me.
That's funny.
Hey, that is not funny. Stop laughing. Okay, it's kind of funny, I guess. Oh, looks like it's time to leave the volcano. How sad. So, do you want to play another round? Or not? What do you say?
Yes.
Great. We've got one round left. This is it, folks. So it's time to leave the volcano, but we'll always have the memories of my note cards bursting into flames. Off we go.
Well, hello! Welcome to Bikini Bottom.
Hey, SpongeBob. It's great to be here. Where I'm a fish now for some reason. I'll worry about it later. Alrighty, here's a question for you. This one seems right for you, Squidward.
Very well. Scallops have up to 100 eyes. True or false?
False.
Oh,
Oh, man.
sorry.
It's true. Frankly, living next to SpongeBob and Patrick, having 2 eyes is too many.
Hello? Either my pants are suddenly me-colored or I lost them.
Ew, why did I look? Why do I always look?
Next one. I think this one's perfect for you, SpongeBob.
Thank you. Sharks have been around longer than jellyfish. True or false?
True.
Nope.
Oh, I'm doing
Sorry.
terrible.
No way that's true. Now that's fun to say. It turns out jellyfish have been around for 650 million years. They're older than sharks and dinosaurs, and cuter too. Hello, jellyfish. Wow! You know, for an old guy, you sure got a lot of spark in you.
Next one. Okay, listen closely, since this question isn't true or false. Hey, Patrick, would you mind reading this one?
Okay. Which are there more of? Real flamingos or fake flamingos?
Fake flamingos.
Nice one!
Whoa! It says here there are more fake flamingos than real ones. But what's a flamingo?
It's a big pink bird that stands around looking kind of goofy.
A big, dopey, pink creature? Oh, sounds like you, Patrick.
Pink? I like to think of it as coral.
So long, SpongeBob!
Bye-bye, I'll miss you.
I won't.
You racked up 7 points. Your prize is a lifetime supply of those plastic things at the ends of shoelaces. Apparently they're called aglets. It's true. I wouldn't make that up. It's way too boring. And that's the game. Thanks for playing No Way That's True. Do you want to play again?
No.
Okay, come back and visit soon. Bye-bye.
So there you go. That's No Way That's True. That's a fun one, and it's always different questions. You can see I didn't even know the answers to some of those, and I've played that a bunch. So hopefully you learned a little bit about this today. Let me flip back to this page, and we'll do that angle. But you can see as we flip through here that there's lots and lots of cool things. There's a trivia pursuit game. There's all sorts of cool games for all sorts of things you could imagine. So I highly recommend coming in here, think about something you really like, and searching for it. And I guarantee you're going to find something fun to play with. So hopefully this has been an awesome week for you guys. You've learned some new cool things that you can do with your Alexa device. The website, in case anyone's wondering, is amazon.com/skills. And you can find that very easily just by typing it in, or if you type in Alexa skills, I believe that's one of the first things you'll find. Yeah, it's the first page if you just type in Alexa skills. So in either case, it's pretty easy to find, and there's over 100,000 skills. So surely there's something there that should be fun for you to play with, or some adventure you could go on, or something like that. And if you use blueprints, some of the stuff that we built earlier this week, you could make it 100,001. So thank you guys all for tuning in this week. This has been super fun, and we hope to see you all again very, very soon.